2, 3. All right, welcome everybody. This is Mark Muto playing the Americans in Mission 1 of Last 100 Yards, and Mark Caskey is playing the Germans. We got an audience joining us tonight who want to learn the game, ask questions, post or talk about strategy, whatever you want to do. So we're ready to go. So it is turn one. Well, there's no turns, but it's the 0 minute, hour, whatever. And here come the Germans. So Mark, it's all you.
All right. So first things up is, I believe it's a initiative roll. No,
actually, you've got initiative, so you want to check. You would want to do coordination.
Coordination roll, yes. Yep. So that is coordination table 1 dice. So here we go. It's a 5.
No coordination for you.
No
You
coordination.
Are uncoordinated, sir.
All right. In that case, I'll bring in the second platoon. I'll activate the second platoon. So minimum of 2, okay?
Right.
We'll just go, so that would be 1, 2, and he couldn't go the 3.
Correct.
Because that would be 1.5, right? So the only way he could go into C12 if he wanted to. Yeah. So why not? I'll go into C12. So that's 1, 2, 3. Yep. And I will call for reaction just in case there's someone in E11.
Well, okay. Just a couple notes there. If you call for reaction, the rest of your platoon will not be able to do anything except.
Oh, okay. If you don't do anything.
Right.
Right. So, right. Okay. Got it. Yeah. Yeah.
You have to do all your activations, or else they can only react.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Now you can do limited reactions, which means that you can move guys that are with or adjacent to a leader in open ground. So your third platoon could technically react with that, but probably in this instance you want to go ahead and get them on the board just as they're
right. Okay. All right. Good point. I was thinking you would react, then I could come back, but no, that would be all right. So this is part of the activation, right? All right. So we'll go 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. He's going to run in. So they might as well be stacked then.
Yeah, there's no advantage to not stacking.
Right.
You can move them together.
So he's going to go 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And that's the end of the first squad because they're all done.
Right. Yeah. So you call for reaction, and I will pass.
All right.
So I bring it back to you now again. So in reaction, you could actually react with second platoon if they were on the map, or even now with your leader bringing them in, so on. Your reactions are never limited to the platoon that you just used.
Okay.
Anybody who hasn't done anything is always really eligible for reaction, provided they meet the requirements. In other words, they saw the enemy do something, or they're with a leader, or whatever. So.
All right.
So technically I pass. So if you want to pass, then you pass, and then it will be on to the next platoon.
All right. So in that case, I'll bring these guys on. So this is 1.5, 2.5, and then this would be 1, 2, 3, and this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And then back to you.
All right, and
reaction.
I'm going to pass.
Okay. So, and then that's everything done, right?
Yep.
So there's no fire resolution. There's nothing else.
No assaults. No mortar. So now since you have the initiative, you determine the time lapse. Just roll a d10.
Okay. It's a 5.
That's going to be 3 minutes. I got the time track, so we go 3 minutes on the time track.
Where is the time track on Vassal
if you
here?
Go top and see game tracks.
Game tracks.
Yep. Pop that up.
Okay, right.
Relevant stuff. I can't share that window and the main window at the same time, so just everybody be assured we moved up the
okay, so we're on 3 minutes there, so that's effectively giving you the points is
yeah, so that's technically 3 points. The score is 3.
So okay.
All right, so then we just do cleanup. So there's no motion markers from vehicles. There's no platoon leaders that were casualties. If you had two sections together from the same platoon, you could recombine them. You would conceal any units not in line of sight of the enemy.
Right. So how does that work in this scenario? Because I can't see you, so I don't know if you're
right. So in other words, in order to deny you concealment, I would have to expose myself.
okay.
So you can go ahead and put concealment markers on all your guys.
All right. How do I get rid of these red, the movement tracks?
All the way at the top, if you deactivate all units.
Okay. All right.
Pull off the
and then, oops. And then just right click and
no, it's
is it
control.
see?
I don't know what it is on the Germans, but
hide German markers. Oh, place concealment. Alt C looks like. How does that work? Alt C like that. Did everyone get it? Oh wow, they put a so on this stack here in A12 they put a stack on everyone.
If you drop a marker on a stack with multiple units selected, it'll add like multiple of that.
Right.
You can just delete whichever ones you need or whatever. So
yeah, okay.
Minus 12 modifier on the shot there because they're like so visible. Let's see. All right, so reset counters, check mission objectives. This is at the point at which I will accept your surrender. Otherwise we go to initiative. So you get the +2. Here's mine. Well.
Okay, so these are the 2, and then mine is. Oh, I didn't need that, but that's 11. Okay, so now you have
to keep track carefully of who's rolling what there. That was my 9, wasn't it? All right, so you have initiative. Nothing changes on the combat track, and so next you'll want to roll for coordination. Then so.
Here you go, 2. That's pretty uncoordinated, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
1 to 7. All right, so that's uncoordinated. All right, so interesting. All right, so I will activate I can't see what it is now. The platoon number 2, the one in the top of the map.
Right.
Okay. 1, 2, and then he's done. That's yep. 2 hexes and 3 movement points.
Yep.
That might have been a bit rash, but anyway, we'll see. 1, 2, 1, 2. He's got a leader. He'll be fine. 1, 2, and then he's going to stop there.
Right. I don't know if you want to pass through that building and grab control of it.
The building down the bottom here.
No, in I10 or J10 there.
J10. Oh, I didn't see it. I had my screen on. Yeah. Right. I'll if you don't mind, I'll just go 1, 2. What's the building?
Well, the building is -2 modifier on the shot, but it's also one of the. You can put a control marker there if you want.
So for movement, it's just 1. Okay, he'll hang out in the building. I didn't see that building. I had the screen.
I mean, it's an easy 1/5 of your wooden building.
So where is the control mark? Or can I just right click on that or something? No, markers, probably counters, is it? German control, there it is. Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put that.
Well, first of all, I'll say, is that your whole platoon then?
That's it, yes.
All right, so if I have any units within 3 hexes, then I do have to put them on the board. So I do. Let me see if, all right, so you see that stack there now?
I do, concealed, yep. If I mouse over it, though, I can see what's in it.
I know, don't do that.
Okay.
That's the only thing I know. We gotta watch it for conceal. They gotta tweak the module. I'm just trying to decide if the MG you can't see. We'll take a shot here or not. I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
So off to a third.
Mark, because you unhid your unit there,
Yes.
does his unit in the trees lose concealment because they maneuvered within 3 hexes?
Yes, they do. That's a good point, Jason. So if you maneuver in cover within 3 hexes, that causes you to lose concealment.
Right.
Mark of
So
that
that
guy.
goes. I just delete that or delete. There
Yeah,
you
you just delete it.
Sorry, Mark.
All right. So okay, to the next platoon then. 1, 2, and all right. So he's just gonna move through the building. 1. 2. 1. That would also be 2, and then he is going to hang out in the woods. And I'll put a control marker on that building. 40% of the way there. No, plus the church, right?
Plus the church. The church is the tough one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's everything. Which, yeah.
I'm still gonna pass.
If I can ask a question here now, if you were playing this by yourself, how would you handle the whole concealment thing? I mean, obviously you would just you would know what every unit is on the table, but you just
There's one of the missions where you basically take the forces that could potentially be there and you put a bunch of concealed markers out, and then when the concealment is removed for any reason, then you draw those units from a cup. So if you didn't want to know, I can't remember which mission it is, but look through the missions. I think it's like, I want to say it might be like 12 or whatever. But that's one way you could maybe make it a little bit more hidden solo if you just want to pick a side where you draw the units as they come up. I mean, that might not be the ideal positions or whatever, but you could maybe adjust it that way.
Okay.
I think there's also a difference between hidden units and concealed units, because concealment actually means a negative die roll modifier,
right,
whereas hidden means you can't see them. So yeah, for a solo game, hidden units are going to be hard to do, but concealed units, you can still add the markers and take them off like normal.
Okay.
Just don't play solo and vassal because you can just hover over and cheat.
Yeah. Yeah, Vassal's another thing I don't yet have, but okay, thanks.
Let's see. I think so. I passed, and we're done. We'll
Right.
deactivate those trails and give us a time check, Mark.
Time check is, it's a 7.
That's 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Up to 7 minutes.
So how long do I have roughly to complete this mission then? Let's see.
I believe it's 35 minutes, isn't it, for a victory?
I thought I had that here.
Yeah, 35 is a German victory. So assuming you had no casualties, you've got to get it. You've got to end the game by 35 minutes or less.
Okay.
Up to 45 would be a draw, and then 46, then I would win. So.
Okay. All right. So initiative again, right?
And so we check concealment, and now your guy in the woods, now I can see him, so he wouldn't gain concealment. So the other guys would be, they'll be fine. So we're just off to the next turn and initiative. Where I will steal it away. Oh, that was not a stealing of initiative. So
4 and a 4. So I keep the initiative then. So. Yes.
Very good. So all right. Then you would do coordination next.
All right then. What have I got here?
Did you roll for coordination?
Oh, coordination. I'm sorry. Yeah, coordination. 3. No. Still remain uncoordinated. Let's see. Let's see. I go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to move the third platoon then.
Right.
And well, no, I'm going to do the first one. You know what? I'm going to have this guy here. Can I activate him to show he's? I'm going to have him fire
Right.
just at this guy in the only guy I can see, just to see what happens. So it's a 1. It's a range of 3. Small arms table. He's got a. He's a 10. So 1 to 3. Oh, that's seems there's no modifier there.
You're going to get -2 for the house and -1 for concealment.
So -3, and then I'm a 1, so -2.
Yep.
All right. Need to find those marker counters. Markers. Are they under markers?
Let me see if I can.
I had them.
I know everyone
I
can.
found them before. Let's see. Can I right click? No. Place a fire marker. How do I find a target? A small arms.
Oh, it's Alt. I keep doing the wrong one.
They must be in the markers somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's an Alt S.
Okay. And then we decrease that to what do we say? 2? No, we said 2. Yes. Is that right? Okay, so that's that.
Now,
And
typically you would do this. You would go ahead and put a fire marker on him like that,
okay,
just to indicate that he fired. Those are used just to show who we can react to. So then they come off between reactions and stuff. But
okay,
that's second platoon. You do anything else with second platoon?
second platoon. 1, 2, 3.
No, actually, sorry, hold up. So your machine, that's second platoon, right?
Yeah, the guys in the top of the map.
Yep.
Yeah. He's moving in there, and then so if I pass now and you don't react, then the top guy he just loses his turn. Apart from red.
So I think that's your leader up there. I don't know that for sure, of course, but if your leader is up there, any units that are with him could move. Limited reaction. Leaders have a lot more flexibility in reaction.
All right. So it makes sense then to pass it over to you at this point then.
Yeah, it's a tricky decision. We'll go ahead and return fire. So at a range of 3, that won't remove my concealment.
Okay.
So, and that's the machine gun sense. So same range, there's no range penalty. You've got -1 for the woods. So that is going to be.
So that tells me it's a machine gun then, right?
Probably. So it should be a 0. You've got -1 for the woods, and then he's 1
plus
fire.
1 fear. Okay. All right.
And then pass it back to you.
All right.
Oh, you know what? Sorry. Before Jason catches it, he's the machine gun is suppressed, so it's another -1.
Oh yes, that's why I fired at him. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So the machine gun's done. All right. So we're gonna be brave here. 1. How brave are we gonna be? I think I'm taking the control marker with me. I am. Yes.
Now you will lose concealment as soon as you step out, because I can see you that far in the open.
Right. Okay. So I just delete that one. Yes. There you go. A whole lot here. Who's here? Yep. 1. And so if you have someone in that building and I get within 2, you have a +1
Correct.
to your firepower, right? Or even that building. Yeah. And these little woods and trees don't do anything for cover. They're just decorative.
Yeah.
And I can't use the half. So I'm just going to go... What's he doing? I go there and see what happens. So my control marker's there. And that's everybody done for that platoon then. Back to you.
We're gonna hold tight.
Oh, all right. Interesting. Okay, over to the other platoon then. We're going to move in here and let me see. Do I lose my concealment at that point? Because
Yes, you will.
3.
All 5 of them.
Oh, right. Yes. Delete. That stack looks not quite as imposing now.
Right.
And then he's already fired. Interesting. 2, 3. That would be a bit too nervy. I think he's going to hang there.
Yep.
And then this guy at the bottom, he's going to try to flank. Oops, so he's loses his concealment. Delete. Oh, not the whole unit. Just there we go. 1, 2, 3. Why not? And then unstack them. No, that didn't work. Unstack. Oh, there you go. There you go. 1, 2, and 3. There we go.
All right. Still, I'm going to hold tight and no reaction. And I don't have any other hidden ones to reveal just yet. So
no one revealed. Oh, okay.
Clear those, and then I'll give you honors if you want. So now we go on to fire resolution.
Okay.
So I'll give you honors. You want to roll yours first?
Sure. So it's just when you say roll for, I'm rolling to see if my guy is.
No, you're rolling for the one you put on me. So.
Oh, I'm rolling to resolve yours. Okay. So what am I trying to get here? Your highest unit's a 7. Oh well, I'll just roll and see what happens. There's 1 dice. Here we go. It's 5.
So that's only 3. Just
3.
So what you need to do is get higher than a 6 in order to disrupt the machine gun. But because the leader has a higher cohesion than the machine gun, he will get they'll put a -1 on the final result.
Okay, right.
So you really need to roll. You'd really need to roll an 8, which would come down to a 7, which would be enough to disrupt the machine gun. Nice.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to delete that, and then I'll roll for yours. That's a 7.
That's a 7. Uh-oh.
You disrupt him. So
6. So he's broken effectively. So what do I do? Flip him? There we go. Interesting. And so no movement looks like. Is it? Oh well, actually, what is the movement of this guy?
So he can essentially attempt to recover, or he can withdraw, which is go 1 to 4 hexes towards your board edge.
Okay.
Those are his options.
And recovering is just a dice roll under 6 or less.
Yes. Now remember, if he rolls a 1 in that recovery roll, he'll actually rally and then be available to take an action.
All right.
So I'm pretty sure the guy at the very bottom is out of line of sight, so you can put concealment on him. B7.
Yeah. German markers. There he is. Alt C. There we go.
And yeah, that's the only ones that would get concealment. Otherwise, we would go to, actually that we would do the time lapse first, but yeah.
Time check. Okay, here we go. Ooh, a 9. 9 on the time lapse is 5 minutes.
Up to 12 minutes.
Okay. So are we back to the initiative roll?
Back to initiative. Go. Oh.
And me is a 9. All right.
Now, I do roll a 1, and a 1 gives me a recon event. So if I have anybody in line of sight within 5 hexes, I can take their concealment off, which would be this guy in the woods here. So I can see him down the hex spine there.
Mm-hmm.
I get to take his...
Okay. All right. Well, I think it'll be... so this guy, this broken guy, he's got a 60.
So you can do coordination if you like.
Oh, coordination. Yeah, sure. Keep getting that. Still uncoordinated, right? Need an 8 or 10. 8 to 10. So I think it's going to be the second platoon rather, guys at the top, and I don't really fancy his chances the way I'm rolling of rallying, and then he'd be potentially my first casualty. So I think he's going to withdraw. So while he's going to do that, and then think about it. Think about life. Shall I put a moved marker on him or something, or?
Yeah, you can.
Or a. I don't seem to have that. Oh, German marker.
Not a huge deal since Vassal shows him activated, but.
Okay.
And I mean, with a small amount of units, it's not too hard.
Right. You got a little. I can see how to rotate him, but I can't see how to.
It's under I think it's under German markers, maybe.
German markers.
Fire,
plate maneuver. Okay, he did a maneuver action. Okay, there you go. All right. So I know there's nobody in this house because otherwise it would have been revealed, right? This guy up here in J6.
If I weren't cheating unintentionally, but yeah.
So Lang's going to do a runner into there, take some cover. Oh, another control marker. Can I copy this one? Clone. Look at that. I can. There we go. Put that into there. I don't know how to get it down the bottom. There is a way, isn't there? There's a tab or something. Anyway. And then nobody over there, eh?
Well, I don't. If there were, I don't reveal until you call for reaction. So.
Well, yeah. There's nobody. Yes.
There's nobody in the.
Nobody in that thing. There's probably somebody there. I was there. Can I just shoot at empty hexes just to suppress them? Two, 3, and then that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be out of the machine guns. Where is this line of sight? There we go. Oh, you do have a line of sight to there. So
I mean, you can see the machine gun if you want to.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to going to move around the flank here. 1, 2, 3. Probably silly. There we go. That's that platoon.
All right, so we got to reveal these guys. Come on. There we go. And he's going to fire, which means he's only 2 hexes away, so he's going to lose his concealment. So we got 1, 2. There's no range penalty. It'll be -2 for the building, and then it'll be +1 because of the proximity fire. So it's a net -1, so that'll be a 0.
Okay.
So 0 there. And the machine gun will fire it. Oh man, you're making it hard. We'll go ahead and take the shot. We'll risk it. All right, what's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the range? That's a -1, so it'll be a 0. Yeah, also 0. So that was this guy here. All right, so that is that reaction. That's it. Back to you.
Okay. What's the cover in the woods and forest is
1.
just 1. It's okay. No difference then.
Right.
The only difference in woods and forest is when for a line for hills, and the forest is taller.
The forest
Okay.
is taller. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So you can go. So normally you would go ahead and take the markers off, the activation markers off.
Oh, really?
Since platoon action is over, so these guys would not be eligible to be reacted against anymore because we're passing to the next platoon. So typically on the physical game, you might rotate them.
Uh-huh.
Just to indicate that they've already acted this turn.
Right, because otherwise there's no indication that your side is
right.
Right. Okay.
But I mean, just again, a small number of units. It's not too hard to.
Yeah.
Or Vassal puts the activated thing on it, so.
He's gonna go 1, 2, and let's see. I think this guy's he's gonna lose his thing because he's going 1, 2 also. Oh, so this right. My leader hasn't moved yet, right? So these guys have fired. There's no one in that building. 1, 2, 3. I'm probably gonna get initiative next time.
Never think that.
2, 3, 4. He's still concealed, so I can't look at that machine gun. So I'm not going to. But I'm guessing I'm thinking of rushing him for a melee, but.
So maybe you got to start from at least you got to be 2 away.
Yeah, for next turn if I get
That's
the
trick is that.
If I don't, it would be bad. Well, time's running out though. I feel I'm under pressure here, so I'm just gonna. And then if he advances into melee, then he also can't be shot at. Is that true or?
So if he begins adjacent and moves into the assault hex, then no, he cannot be shot.
Right.
If he starts from 2 away, he can be shot at in that middle in the intervening hex there on his way.
Okay. Now, and if he was to melee successfully into F8, could your squad in H5, which is 2 away, could it just move into melee from 2 away?
Yeah.
It could. Oh, okay.
The thing to remember is in order to do an assault and also to reinforce an assault, you do have to be able to move into that hex. So movement points count and, or minimum hexes and so on.
Okay. But you could only, your reaction is limited to one or
Well,
two?
one guaranteed hex, but 2 movement points. So that
Okay.
squad in H5 could make it across.
Ah, okay.
In
Okay. So
there.
that would be a very risky move then
Yeah, it
to
would be
do
tough.
that. Yeah. Is there any point shooting at him now though, or moving closer than shooting?
Well, he already fired, so go for it, huh?
He already fired, so yeah. You've drawn his fire successfully, but if I was to shoot at him, I could put 2 markers on him with a minus. Both would be a 0? No, both would be a -1, right?
Yeah, they'd be -2, be -3. Me -2 because he's still concealed.
Oh, he's still concealed. Okay.
So the building and then concealment.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna speed things up here. He's going there, and then he's going there.
That's gutsy.
Yeah.
I'm suitably worried.
Okay, I think that's all my platoon moved. I'm done. I'm out of actions.
All right, so I got to put these guys on the map. And of course, there's going to be somebody in the church. Come on, Vassal.
Which I can't see yet. So.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh,
right.
Can I see him yet?
Well, it's within 3. It's within 3 hexes, so I got to put.
Oh, from that guy there. Okay, even if the line of sight's blocked.
Say that again.
So even if the line of sight is blocked by the wall.
It doesn't matter line of sight for the hidden units. They just have to come on the board.
Okay.
Yeah. Now this section is going to take a shot at you. So it would be no range penalty. It'd be -1 for the woods, but +1 for proximity. So that'd be a straight up 0.
Mm-hmm.
So that there, and then he fired. So I don't think you have anybody to react with, do you? So
no.
I don't need to do that. In that case, that is all my reactions. And I will, you know what? Oh, I take that back. Stand by one second. I think, can I see you there?
It says where you're checking line of sight from. I won't look at that.
Well, it doesn't matter because that's the church. So.
Okay.
That's actually clear. 3, 4. I know. That's clear. 4 on an 8. 4 on an 8 is be a -2. We're gonna risk the shot. What do you have on your combat table for range 8 for hexes?
Small arms. Where is it there? 3 to 4 is -1 DRM.
All right.
Range 8.
I'm gonna.
Well, what should it be?
Well, it should be -2. There
Okay, let's play that.
row on there. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do the -2 just because.
Oh right, of course. Yeah, that suits me. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So I should update that then. He's
a 1.
Is that an official change?
That is. It'll be on the newest combat tables.
Okay, -2.
You gotta bear with me. I'm working with. We were playtesting the airborne stuff, so a lot of the rules, not a lot of them, but I mean, there's just some minor tweaks and stuff. So that'll be a net -1.
Is that DRM change across the board for that entire row, or is it just for?
So if you want to make a note of it, there's a -2 row, and the numbers are 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 to 8.
Okay, I'll look that up in the errata.
Yeah, that's but that's a little bit more advantageous for you, so we'll use that one. I think that's it. So anything else? I think we're all all good here.
Is that actually on the Vassal on the tables here?
That is not. The Vassal tables are actually the least up to date.
Oh, okay.
They're not even as up to date as the living ones on the GMT site.
Oh,
I know it's a work in progress. I don't know. I'm not sure who does the Vassal module for this one, but I mean, I'll double check any fire you have and make sure it's accurate. All right, I think that's everything. So I guess they're all my roles, huh?
they are, yes.
So we will start at the top with your leader in the building there. And boom, that's not going to do anything. I can do this too. All right, next to him, the guy's in the open. 8, that'll hurt. All right, so that'll flip him. We'll go to the -1 there next to the machine gun. That's a 7. So the 7 will be reduced to a 6 because your leader's better than the guys, but the 6 is still gonna disrupt them. So what you're gonna have to do is disrupt the squad because he's the best unit.
Okay.
Because they have equal cohesion, but he's got a better assault value, the blue 2.
Okay.
So you'll
right.
disrupt him, and then you make a cohesion check for the machine gun and the leader.
Okay, machine gun roll then. Machine gun. Oh, not good. A 10.
It just flips him. There's no extra.
Doesn't turn him into.
There's no casualty or anything like that.
When's the hero thing?
That's on a recovery roll.
Recovery roll. Okay. Yeah. And then the leader. 6, 8. Uh-oh.
That was worth it. I see you get initiative and put the hurting on you. All right. And the last one down there. I don't think a 5 is going to do anything, is it? No. So you're safe there. All right. So.
Okay.
All right. So no assaults, no mortars. Time lapse. That's you.
Oh, that's a good roll. 8.
It's 4. So we're down to 16 minutes now.
Okay.
And let's see. Any other markers to come off? Platoon leaders, squads, concealment. The guy in G10 would if he were not disrupted. So disrupted guys don't get concealment markers.
Guy in G10. Oh, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I don't think anyone else should get concealment. And then we're on to, looks like initiative for next turn.
Okay.
There you go. Oh, big 8.
Oh, no. Haha. Just got it. Skin of my teeth. All right, so.
Coordination.
Coordination, yes. Nope. All right, so this is not so good. So the recovery there, need a 5, 6. All right, so it's going to be, yeah. What are you doing? Being a, so it's the first platoon here. So actions for broken units are limited to withdrawals, right?
Or recovery.
Or recovery, right?
Yeah.
Which is
actually, yeah. So you actually have to recover those guys if you can, or withdraw them. Are you doing third platoon first or second?
Third platoon. Okay. Right. Yeah. That's
and
a mandatory action.
Rolf cannot help another unit because he's already disrupted. So.
Okay. So I think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna hang out there in the open. They're gonna withdraw. So.
Now there's no movement cost for withdrawal. It's 1 to 4 hexes regardless of terrain. So you can.
Right, and they could go in any sort of cone shape towards the rear, right?
Yep.
Wow. And to be safe, I think they're going to go all the way back, out of sight. They're going to go there. Okay, and that was 3rd platoon. Okay, so he's in a building.
Well, no, hold on. Did you want to do something with the 2 squads down there, 3rd platoon?
Yeah. I'm just thinking.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not done yet. I'm just.
Deciding on your assaults, huh?
Yes. Also, this could assault, but probably a bad idea. I think I need to. Get some casualties. I think we're going to shoot at the. Is this guy 208? Is he still concealed? The guy in F8.
He didn't shoot. He didn't shoot within 2 of your guys. So they were. He fired before those other guys moved up.
Okay. All right. So the first we're gonna where's his number? Whatever squad this is he the 2nd squad? He's going to fire at the concealed guy then. So it's a short range of 2. So that looks like -2 for the building, -3. Is it -1?
For the building's -2.
For the concealed guy over there.
Oh yeah, -1 for the concealed.
I gotta find my where are those little guys? Nope. I'm having trouble finding those markers.
For the fire marker?
Yeah, the small arms fire markers.
The machine gun?
Yes.
It's option, or on my Mac it's option S, maybe Alt S.
Oh, there we go.
1, 2. So it's -3, so it'd be -3, right? Are you firing from the guys in the woods, right?
Yes. So they're at short range, so it's a 1 + 1. It's a 2, and then the building, isn't it?
Well, there's no. It's not +1 on short range.
Oh.
It's just there's no negative.
No negative. Okay.
Right. So it's a net -3.
All right. And then the other guy can fire at the will fire at the guy I can see.
The section.
Yes.
Nice.
Which would just be.
That'll be the same. Should be a -2. They're both 1s, right? So. Sorry.
Why would it?
No, it's. I'm sorry. That's
-1. Yeah. Right.
Not concealed.
Yeah. So that's.
One of the harder parts of this game is the high math. All right.
I'm going to keep this over here so I go on. All right.
Well, reaction? You're calling for reaction?
Yes, because I can't. Yeah, everybody's moved in this platoon. Yes, that's right. Reaction.
Well, I guess both of the units that you fired at are going to fire back. So they're both 1. Well, he's a 0, isn't he? So that's going to be a -2. The machine gun's a 1 with a -1 and a -2. So it's a -1. So I got a -2 and a -1, and that will take his concealment off. So, so it's a -2. Oops. And a -1. I think I did that right. Wait, -3? That's not right. What am I doing? All right, -1, and it should be a -1 and a -2 if Vassal will cooperate here.
Yeah, that's what you got. -1 and a -2.
They fired. So reaction to that.
No, I got nothing to react. Oh, I guess you're saying I could react with elements of my other platoon, which doesn't react right yet. Yeah, no reaction.
Okay, so I'm gonna take those off. And we know they did something, so you can go ahead with second platoon.
Okay. So the guys in the house there, we're going to shoot at this guy here. Although that other house is there for the taking, but I think I need to shoot at some people. So I'm going to do that. So I've got a one, it's a -1.
Let's see, -2 for the house. So for the 1, it would be -1, right?
Right. And then he's firing there. 1, 2, 3. So this guy here is going to, my broken guy in J7 is going to, I'm going to try and recover.
All right.
So I'm looking for just a straight die roll and trying to get lower than a 5. No.
5 or less. Yeah.
5 or less. Yeah. There we go.
Ooh.
A 1.
Intriguing. That means he can go ahead and he can still take an action or react.
So he's feeling better, right?
Pep talk from what is that? Is that Lang up there? So you can go ahead and act with him now if you want, or you can hold him for reaction.
Let's see now. So this guy's fired.
They've all fired.
They've all fired.
No, this guy.
The guy down in the church hasn't fired yet, right?
Church hasn't fired, and then the guy in H5 is not fired.
Oh yeah, he's just been fired at. Yeah. I think he's probably better off in the house.
Boy.
So where's my control marker? Can I clone this? I can. Let me put it underneath. This looks better like that. Just, there we go. Done. All right, over to you.
Well, you're nice and close, so I think we'll fire at you since you moved in there. So it's gonna be -2 for the building, +1, -1 for my suppression, +1 for your movement. So net -2 on a 1 is gonna be a net -1. Okay.
Right. -2, -3. It's -2 for the building, -1 because you're suppressed is -3, and then you're a +1, takes it back to -2.
Right.
And then where's the other minus? Where does the other +1 come from?
Well, he's got 1 firepower.
-3.
It's a net -2 on a 1 firepower, right? So that'd be -1.
So I've got the building's -2.
Right.
Your suppressed is -3.
Right.
And then your firepower is 1, so it makes it -2.
And 1 because you moved.
Oh, 1 because I moved.
Within 2.
Oh, right.
Proximity fire.
Okay. All right. So I think I have no response. So I'm done, right?
Right. So I think we're all done all around. So then we can fire. So I'll let you roll first. I mean, it doesn't matter. So.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to roll at the guy in H5 then. He's -1, and the roll is 7. So that's a 6. And he is a
safe.
Safe. All right. So the guy in F5 is also -1. He's an 8. That's a 7. And so he is broken. Okay. And then the machine gun, -2. Nothing.
All right. So the -1 in it's H6. That's a 4. That's not going to do anything. And then, so that's a -1, -2. So we'll do the -1 and then the -2. -1, -2. All right, nothing. Love those unhelpful rolls. All right, so okay. So again, no assaults, no mortar stuff. Puts it on the clock for you, sir.
Okay, clock roll. 2 minutes.
18 and counting.
All right. Initiative.
Let's just double check. We get concealment on anybody,
Right.
which we don't. All your disrupted guys would, but they're disrupted, so they don't. Everybody else is visible to everyone else. So that's
Okay.
initiative. All right, beat that.
There we go.
Oh, always by 1. All right, so you can try for coordination if you like, and
Yes, coordination. No.
should point out that in the airborne module, elite units always get +3 on their coordination roll.
Okay.
Paratroopers.
Yeah, I've consolidated my checked my game order on a P500 list, so that means probably airborne's going to be holding everything up, right?
Right, maybe. I don't think it's close enough that it shouldn't hold up the new stuff.
Yeah, okay. All right, so which platoon is first? Let's see. They would be nice if they could just... So if I was to melee into, yeah, that would be bad because you could probably cram everybody into that building and it wouldn't be.
Now, if units are under assault, meaning they have an assault arrow aimed at them, they can only shoot at adjacent units or withdraw.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you would have options as far as like kind of tying up units. So, for example, if Lang and his guys up north or up on the J there were to assault H5, H5 could shoot at you or withdraw, but they couldn't go in and reinforce you if you attack Jackson. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you'd have to. Depends on the order. Now, if the guy in H6, if that squad jumps into H5. That's an assault hex. So that automatically ties him up, and he can't even shoot out of the hex or do anything. So that's one way to pin him in an assault. And then you could feed other guys into it like that. So there's different combinations and options for kind of getting control of the guys.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So, well, we'll do second platoon then, and. Yeah, so walk me through how I'm doing this. As if I'm going to assault. So he just goes there.
Yep, and then you just put a flag on
him. German flag. Okay, so counters, German markers.
Place assault, I think, is the one you
want.
German markers.
German markers. I was looking on the place assault. There you go. Alt U. Okay.
Right. So that's that hex entirely. So I can't do anything.
Okay.
The only option I would have is if I had a leader in that hex, he could call a mortar fire attack on himself.
Okay.
you would not get the advantage of the cover against that mortar attack.
Right. That's a pretty cool rule. Yeah. All right. So these guys, they're going to come here, and because they're two-way, they're going to do the assault thing also.
Of course.
So, is there a German marker for that?
So you would just put an assault marker on and then flip it. It'll be the arrow.
Flip. Okay.
And you could rotate it if you want. But I mean, I know where it's going, so.
Okay. I don't see an SI. Oh, there you go. Rotate. Oh, I've got to rotate it lots of times. Rotate. Yeah, you can see where it's going. There it comes.
You on there?
All right, so that's that, and then that is the second platoon. I got a guy over here who is going to try and rally. Then the guy down in the woods in G10. Yeah, he's second platoon. Yep, he is. So here we go. Don't think that's. I'm looking for lower than a 6, right?
Correct.
So no good.
No, or a 10. 10 to make him charge, but.
Oh, did I do 2 rolls there? What did I just do? I think I just did it. Oh no, I got an 8. Got an 8. Right, yeah. I was okay. So
that's
I
it.
think that's back to you then, right?
All right. Well, let's see here. Boy, man, that's tough. That is really tough. Well, first we'll try this disrupted section here. And he's not going anywhere. So he's not doing anything. He doesn't have his stuff together. I think the machine gun is going to put fire on your guys that are assaulting over there.
Okay.
You know, somehow they got flipped. You might want
to. My assaulting guys? Oh, good.
They got disrupted somehow. I don't think you meant.
No. That's the other guy. Oh, both of them got disrupted. Oh, they all flipped when I flipped the marker. I had the marker, the whole stack selected. Yeah.
All right. So there's no range penalty. There's no movement penalty or advantage. It's going to be a straight up 1.
And so he can shoot. Is the line of, it's just like combat commander style. If it doesn't, if you don't.
Yeah, it's the depict. So
okay, right.
This particular game, like woods and forests and hills, all block the whole hex. And
right.
then, but buildings, it's the actual building. So if it doesn't cross the building, the actual building, then it's not blocked.
Okay.
The difference is terrain, blocking terrain, which is like woods, and blocking terrain features, which are like houses and walls and stuff.
Okay.
Saw you moved there, so we fired.
What's happened here? Seem to have locked up. I can't move that control marker back, and my line of sight won't go away.
You know what? It appears to have locked up on this end too. What happened, Vassal?
German victory.
I can move the map.
Can you save the game? Save the game. Let me see. Save the game. Yeah, I can save the game.
I'll pause the recording here. Resume the recording. All right, we're back at it after a brief Vassal crash. But where were we? That's the question. Okay, I had just fired the machine gun, so you can react to that, or you can pass and just go ahead with third platoon.
I'm just gonna.
I have a feeling those 2 squads might be coming for me, but
right. So you've passed. So I'm going to move on to third platoon. I'm passing and then moving on to third platoon.
At the end of the platoon cycle, so we're at the end of second platoon's activation cycles. Now is when the time when you move your assaulting guys into the hex.
Oh, these guys up here?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So they move in now,
and they drag their.
Yep.
Let's see. The control.
Which means that squad that already went in there could feel the effects of that too. So here I got you.
Okay.
Oops, I hit it.
Oops. Right. So this whole thing's going in there.
Yeah, we'll.
Oh, where was that control? There's no building there. Oh, right. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I moved it back.
Okay. Interesting.
So then I'll take this off. And I guess technically I can do that if you to show they acted, but so you got third platoon now.
All right. So let's see. I think we're going to try and eliminate this broken unit. Is he the team? Does he count as half a loss, or is it still one loss in terms
One
of
loss.
one
He's
loss?
one,
Okay.
he's one step. Full squad, 2 steps, and a section is 1 step.
Okay, but in terms of the table there and moving you towards your sort of surrender limit, so to speak.
Yeah, that's 1 whole point.
1 whole point.
It's 1 step.
Moving you towards your casualty differential limit. So that would seem to be a good move. Or I could right, okay, so I think we're just going to fire. Let's see, we decided it was a -1 at that broken guy, right? No, -2 for the building.
Building, yep. Now, actually, here's that modifier that's not on the original chart. Is the -1 for going to ground. So they're just burying their heads in the sand or whatever, ducking.
Oh, I see. So there'd be
actually -3.
-3. Oh, I see. Interesting.
That's if all the units are disrupted in the target hex. So,
which they are. This is just one of them. All right.
If anyone's wondering why I didn't withdraw that unit instead of trying to recover him in the middle there, it's because I'm brave.
But you know, -3 is I still need to get then a 9 or 10 to actually kill him. Yeah. So and they activated.
I'm pretty sure you want to run across that open ground in front of the church and try and assault them. That's what you
I was thinking that would be a possibility. I mean, it's worked so well in the past. I think I'm going to try and just shoot a Jackson with these two and try and get those out of the way first.
Okay.
Because that's only, they haven't gone to ground. It's just a -2, so it would just be a -1.
Yep.
Is that right? So yeah, well, I'll put 2. Oh, I lost my markers.
I got it.
Yeah, we'll put 2 -1s on there then.
All right. So.
All right. And then these guys over here, loitering, or Rolf loitering, and they're all going to try and recover. Okay. So no advantage to recovering Rolf first. He doesn't.
No, because he's that would be his activation, so he can't use his superpowers on the other guy.
Okay. So we'll just do from the bottom up then. It's a 5 for the squad. So on the bottom, 5. And roll is no. And then the next guy, I think he was a, what 6. Is he? He's a 6.
Yep.
He's feeling better. And then the officer is also a 6. Oh. Is a 10 bad?
Yeah, well, it just doesn't recover him. He doesn't go heroic because he's not a combat unit, so he just doesn't recover.
Okay. All right, back to you.
Maybe they should promote the machine gun guys.
Yeah.
All right, so now you do have guys in that assault hex that are within 3 of this, so I'll put these guys on.
All right.
And 5 and 8. It's too much. I really don't think that. Well, you know what? On second thought, I think we're going to risk it. I'm going to take this section over here. He can't move that far, so never mind. Ignore that.
So you going to join the fun in the melee?
Yeah, I was going to maybe try and reinforce the that other.
Yeah.
My bad. I think you forget a rule and then you give it away. So, no, I'm done. So we'll call it done.
All right.
Got anything else?
I think that's it for me too.
So we'll do our fire.
I should really have. Yeah.
If we can actually delete that assault marker. All right. So, I mean, go ahead if you'd like to roll for those guys there. You got 2 -1s.
Right. So, yeah, it's just 2 rolls. 1, a 10, and 2. A 10.
2 10s.
2 10s.
Well, at least they're only 9s. So those actually become 8s. That's still enough to flip him. So then now we will roll for Jackson, who is okay. So
Okay, he rolled 4. Right. So you just take the top roll there. Does not that wasn't inflicting 2 hits.
right. You
You
just
take the best roll.
Take the best. Well, best roll for you, worst for the opponent. Yeah. You just.
Yeah.
All right. So here's for my guy up there, the 1 on your assaulting gents. Oh, that's a 10.
Oh.
That's exactly what we needed for an assault. So if you look at your stack of guys, your best unit is either one of the squads because they're identical.
Okay.
So you would just move the squad to the dead pile. There's a box up top. If you hit German dead, you open that window and slide the squad
dead.
there.
Do you move him there, or do you right click and send him there? Send to the graveyard.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. That's all right. So then, what you're going to do is go to the German Cup there.
German.
It's next to the
Yes.
dead, and you look for that's second platoon, right?
Yes.
So you want to pull from.
Second platoon.
Actually, well, the Germans, it's a little different. I would say maybe make a roll, and maybe even take a 1 SAV and odd take a 0 SAV. Does that make sense?
Sure, I think so.
So or however you want to do it.
What do we say? 1 is even? No, an even. an even is 0 SAV. An even is, there you go. It's odd. 1 SAV.
All right, so you get 1. So you pull that from the second platoon cup. Just drag 1 over.
1 SAV, second platoon. All right, and that guy there.
Yeah, and then flip him because he's broken. And I'll go ahead and move the casualty track 1. Okay, and then you still need to make cohesion checks for the other 2.
All right, so Lang is a 7. And the squad is a 6. They're both fine.
They're good.
So put him on there. Okay, wasn't quite sure what was happening with that cup, but that's the squads.
Well,
okay, 0 and 1. Okay.
Well, so the German sections, they have those MG34s in their squads.
Mm-hmm.
So the Germans, a German squad always splits into a 1 firepower and a 0 firepower section.
Okay.
The Americans are all 0 firepowers. So when you pull random sections from the Americans, you're pulling from all 4. But when you're pulling from the Germans, you're also pulling from all 4. But if you were to deploy and just split into 2 sections, you would pick 1 from the 1s and 1 from the 0s. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so now we got an assault here. How's that going to go? So essentially, you add up your assault firepower.
The blue boxes, right?
Yep. And
3.
And I add up mine. I got 2. And then if we're going to go down the list, the first thing we check is cohesion differential, which there's not, because you're only comparing the combat units. So your 6s and my 6s, there's nothing there.
Okay.
The only other one that's going to apply is that you're assaulting a rural building. So that's going to add 1 to my total.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you can look down it's the blue chart on the combat table there. The assault. Mm-hmm. That's the main one. So it's gonna be a net 3 to 3. So no modifier on the roll, and then let her rip and see what happens.
No, you have +1, don't you? Didn't we just say?
Well, I do. So I'm 3 total. You have 3 firepower, and I have 2 assault firepower +1 for the building. So it's 3 to 3.
Oh, okay.
Because Lang has 1, so yeah. So
all right. Okay. So I go first.
Yep. Well, you make the roll, and then determine what happens.
Oh, okay.
So there's just you're the assaulting force, so you make the roll, and then you add or subtract a modifier or whatever, and then just see what the results are.
Okay. Here's the roll. 5.
That's bad for you. So first thing we're gonna do is check if it's an urban assault. It's not.
Uh-huh.
Second is we're gonna do vehicle destruction, which we don't have vehicles. So the third thing is that the attacker must retreat.
Okay.
So again, now this time you have to go 2 to 4 spaces towards your side of the board. However, you can go 1 space if you're moving into cover. So for
Right.
example, if you move 1 space back into H6, you could stop there because that's a cover hex.
Right.
Or hex
Okay.
with a screen effect modifier. Otherwise, you got to go 2, at least 2. So what you do is you retreat your guys first, and then you'll make your checks.
All right, and I'm going to be checking for leader loss.
And cohesion on everybody makes a cohesion check, and then you'll check for leader loss too. But you want to select your retreat hexes first.
All right, I'm going to go back into the. I'm going to assume good things are going to happen, so we're all going back into the building here. That goes away, I guess, the assault marker, and then he goes back there. All right.
Now you make cohesion checks. Now you will make a cohesion check for Lang in addition to his leader loss check.
Right. Cohesion check first.
Yeah, sure. However you
Does it matter?
If
I lose him, then.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't really matter. So if you want to do that one first, you're welcome to.
We'll do the leader loss then. Leader loss. So
well, technically that comes after the cohesion check on the list. So if you want to.
Okay, well, cohesion check then. Fair. Okay, for the officer first, he's a 7. Oh, it's not good. Let's get these in. Okay, he's disrupted. Flip. All right, my already disrupted team is a 6. And the roll is dead. Right?
Yeah, that's a squad though, isn't it?
The disrupted guy.
No, that's a section, isn't it?
Section, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's dead. So he can
and then he's off to the graveyard. So there's another casualty. Did it move?
I did. I moved it.
Okay, and then the squad is a 6. He's fine. All right. And now leader loss, right?
Yep.
So leader loss is what? Just
1 or a 10.
1 or a 10.
Don't want a 1 or a 10.
Didn't get it.
Now,
all right.
Anybody that's not disrupted is regrouping, and that's true of attacking and defending units with this result.
So, is that a general marker? There we go.
Yeah, general marker.
Yeah.
So
that didn't work out so well.
Well, so it goes. It's tough rushing the building.
All right.
All right, so that's assault. There's no mortar. All right, on to time lapse.
Time lapse. Okay. 8 is 4 minutes.
So what is that? 22. All right, but now with casualties at 2 on your side, that adds 6. So 22, but the score is actually at 28.
28.
All right, so just
and the what's the goal here?
35.
35. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So
market cleanups, concealed units. Let's see. One of your guys over there, technically your machine gun over there would be concealed.
Right. Because he's
the disrupted guys aren't, but
yeah. Okay. Initiative.
Go.
8. And
come on, can I finally take it?
Yes.
Yes. All right, that's what we need. Okay, well, yeah, now what? We will begin by having Jackson assist the machine gun's recovery. So that's a -1 on the roll. But that is a natural, that's a 9. So he doesn't recover, but he's also, he doesn't become heroic because he's not an infantry unit. He's just a machine gun. So nothing there.
Okay.
Only the infantry guys do that. So we'll check the section right next door for recovery. He is good, but he's activated. And then we will attempt to regroup or recover the regrouping guys. So they are good. Now, when you regroup, you automatically rally. So,
oh, okay.
you're always good to go for rallying. Man.
When you regroup, you automatically rally. You mean
meaning you're still available to take an action.
Oh, I see. You don't unflip though. You don't recover.
So we'll go ahead and shoot into that hex next to us. It's a -2. Are you both? You're not both disrupted, are you? No, you're not. 'Cause you got one regrouping unit.
Lang is
right, but the squad is not. So there's not the go to ground. So it's just a straight -2, which is going to end up being a -1. So. And what else? That's it. I'm gonna go ahead and call for reaction.
Okay. So reaction from anyone that's okay. Well, the guy that's been shot at, he's going to try and get rid of that regrouping.
Okay. Now you get a +1 on the roll because he's suppressed.
Oh, right. Okay. So we roll for both units or the highest unit there?
Yeah. So, well, it's just the combat unit. The Lang will have to make his own check because he's disrupted, so he's not part of the regroup.
Okay. So the combat unit is the guy that's
right.
Needs regrouping. Okay. Here's his roll. 5 -1. No, +1 is 6. So that's good.
Would you roll a 5?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're good. He's good.
Yeah. So regrouping goes away then. Is that right?
And so again, he can still be activated or react because he's rallied.
He's now back in there. We'll try and recover Lang. So just a straight 6, or does the -1 have any impact on that?
Yeah, he's still suppressed too, so he added +1.
+1 suppress. Oh, because it's suppressing fire. Okay. Yeah. All right. Here's the roll. Oh, he's feeling better.
He's good.
Right.
Yep.
So he recovers. Let's see. We tried meleeing. It didn't work very well. These guys have already fired and recovered. The -1. I wonder how's the. I don't think shooting's gonna get me anywhere close. I'm gonna. What's the combat here? It was 3. I'll just shoot him. I'm going to shoot into the adjacent building. So it's a -2.
And one more for suppression, so -3.
-3. All right, walk me through that. It's -2 for the building, -3 for suppression,
right,
and then +1 for him takes it back to -2.
There's no +1 because I didn't move or anything.
Well, he's got a firepower of 1, right?
Well, yeah. So minus. So it's a -2 marker, right?
-2, right? Not -3, right?
Yeah.
Where are the markers? Was it Alt C?
I got it.
Okay. And the other guys, even though they can't see anybody, I can still try and rally.
So
These.
Rolf can try to rally, and basically he's the only one that can. As a limited reaction, he's allowed to do that.
Okay, another second platoon guy in G10. Then what are his options?
His options are to do. He could withdraw. That's about all he can do.
Okay.
Rolf can recover, and the guy with Rolf can recover. And if that squad was adjacent in a clear hex, he could also, and next to Rolf, he could also try to rally. But otherwise, he cannot do anything other than withdraw.
Okay, so the procedure you need to he's doomed then unless he moves back or unless Rolf or another leader moves into his hex.
Right.
Okay, so
and that would actually be that's a slight exception because Rolf isn't even his platoon leader. So, but you can always activate one guy from outside your platoon.
Mm-hmm.
But
I see.
And that's only because it's reaction. If it was your activation, you could go ahead and try to recover him. So.
Okay, so I might as well, in case I don't get it next time, I'll move him back there, and then assuming Rolf is still around and recovered, he could recover. He could attempt to recover. But
yeah,
he'd have to move.
I'm gonna double check that restriction just because I don't want to lead you astray there. No, he has to be stacked with. He'd have to be stacked with Rolf in order to do that. So if you want to be able to do that, you want to move him back there with Rolf.
Okay, so he's really stuck then. If he didn't have a leader, he'd have not. He'd be
well. Like, just remember that's because you don't have initiative.
Right. Okay.
If you had initiative, it wouldn't matter because he could just activate with his platoon no matter where his leader is.
Okay. Well, first of all, let's see if Rolf stack if they're going to recover. Then they can. So that's fine because Rolf is stacked with his squad there. So the squad's going to roll 5. We're looking for lower than the 5 or lower than the 6. 1. Okay, so he recovers, right?
Yeah. That was Rolf. He's so he can even action. He can do something else.
That was the squad.
Okay, yeah. So he's rallied.
Right. He could do an action now, or
yeah. Well, he could
react.
If Rolf rallied him, he could do an action. He could still do an action because he's commanded with Rolf, so should be good.
Okay. Now, Now Rolf himself, he's a 6, and the roll is 10. No,
nothing for Rolf.
Okay. And then this guy, then, now,
in order to react, though, he has to have seen something, which he didn't. So he would have to. Basically, his option would be to withdraw.
Right.
He's not in a good position to make use of that.
I guess he'll just hang out then and wait for the. There's no benefit to having him stacked with Rolf then, because Rolf's broken. If Rolf wasn't broken, the next turn, Rolf, if I didn't have the initiative,
he could give him. I guess he could give him a maneuver action. So if you want to move him up in the woods or something. Yeah, as long as he's stacked with the leader, he can take a maneuver or recover action.
Okay.
On his own, without having seen another.
All right, I'll stack him then. That is
all those guys in there. So
it. Yeah, because he fired.
Did you fire? What about your 2 squads down in the woods there? Did they do something?
Oh, right. They haven't. They haven't. Right, they haven't done anything yet. But what have they seen? Oh, they saw these guys fire. They saw Jackson fire.
Recover.
Oh, right.
So
Okay.
still, as part of your reaction, you saw them recover, so you can take an action there, or take a reaction.
I'm going to shoot at both of them, the Jackson and the other guy. So it's a -2 for the building. So -1s for both of them.
Yep.
Oh no! Wait a second. The machine gun's flipped, but the leader isn't. So
Correct.
they have not gone to ground. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Although, I'm pretty sure that's all the units in the hex. I better double check it, but yeah. Yeah, all units have to be disrupted. So yeah, no gone to ground there. So
okay,
-1 on both those. Okay. Anything else?
I think that's it for me.
Okay, then I am going to pass it, and we're ready to do fire. So, well, I only got one, so I'll roll against that -1 up there.
Okay.
Oh, blam. So that's going to be nothing. All right.
Okay, I'll roll for the -2. Nothing. And the -1 in F5. 10. So it's broken again. And the -1 in F6. Nothing. That's a 5. So everybody's good there.
You can actually be a 4 because of the leader.
Oh, right. Yeah.
All right, so we're good there. All right. Again, I think whoever's that squad recovered, right? The machine, so they can go into the concealment marker behind the woods there.
Ah.
Yeah, just so you know, I mean, it's not
right. Yeah.
So other than that, I think everything's going to be off to time lapse, and that is my role this time.
Yes.
Big money. It's
4 minutes.
All right.
So basically, let's see, where are we at now? We're at
26 and 6 for the casualty. That makes it 32 as the score.
32. Okay, so it's not looking good, is what we're saying.
It's a slog.
Two more times if I don't move the casualty track.
Well, we got to get all the way to 46 though, so you can still go for a draw.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Right. All right. Initiative. Shall I?
Yeah, here's my initiative. Oh.
Oh, okay. There's mine.
All right, so I think that you can see the guys in the church. Okay. Or you can see the guys 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see the guys in the back. So you would get a choice of which one you can take the concealment off of.
Oh, because I rolled a 1. Okay. Let's look at the guys in the church.
Okay. So now I rolled the 10, so I have an event. So I'm going to roll again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the fate table.
3. I recover all disrupted, regrouping, and shocked units in a single hex. Well, that is going to be that's our medic. No, it's just recover, but we're going to get our machine gun back. So how about that? All right.
Now,
so
let's say you didn't have any. Would that be? It just says recover all. Does that mean only yours? No, it does.
Yeah, the die rolls only apply to
the affected player. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Not like Combat Commander, you get those KIA.
Yeah. Yes.
So, all right. And so I still have initiative. So let's see what we can do here. Let's, yeah, I don't know. What can we do? All right, so this guy in the building is going to put fire on your guy. So that's, again, it's a -2 for the building. And he's a 1, so it's going to be a net -1 from this guy. Okay. Machine gun is going to put fire down in the woods. That's a -1, so it's going to be a 0. And the section is going to try to recover. So he needs a 6 or less. Nope. Boy, they're kind of timid over there. And the rest we will leave and pass to you. So reaction.
All right, let's see. I'm going to try and over here in F10 then, we're going to do so Rolf can recover, right?
Yeah, and I think...
So Rolf's going to try and recover. Here's his roll.
Right.
No. And then, but the other guy is stuck, right? Cannot.
You know, I'm not... I think I actually might have misinterpreted that a little bit for you. I think if that second platoon guy is with Rolf,
mm-hmm.
he can activate with Rolf. I don't think he can react with Rolf.
Okay.
You know what?
So he can't rally then. Is basically he can't try and do a recover.
Let's see. So
reactions.
That's what probably one I have to double check with Mike on, but I think that's referring to activation. So it kind of gets him in a pickle.
This would be an optional reaction, right? Not in line of sight and did not observe any of the actions.
Right. So normally they can't do anything but withdraw.
Right.
And I don't think.
Yeah, that's right. Just non-vehicular units may withdraw. That's it. Yeah.
They can withdraw. So. And they don't even have no mandatory reactions because they're not line of sight of the activated platoon. So.
What it says. Mandatory actions. In reaction, units of the non-active player without the initiative must conduct actions after the first call when those units are disrupted or regrouping. And in line of sight. Right. Yeah. Okay. Right. So he's toast. He's toast until I get the initiative back. Then.
Yeah, you want the initiative back.
Oh man. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna try and. Put 2 fire rolls down on the broken team there.
Okay.
So oh no, he's gone to ground. That's gonna be -3. No,
-4 because you're suppressed. So
-4. Forget that. No. So they're just going to. They can get out of there and they can just move, right?
Sure.
Go there. But then, of course, they could be shot at by the people in the church. But well, whatever.
Yes, they could. Do you want to move them to the other hex, or are you?
No, I'm thinking there. I want to get them out of the central guys, but I want them to get in line of sight, assuming they survive, to the church next time around. Yeah.
All right. That it then, or no? You got the guys in the building too that can do something.
Oh, the guys in the building -1. Yeah.
Oh, just try the hand-to-hand again. Fix bayonets.
I'm thinking of it. Yeah. Why not? Why not? They're going to go in. Oh, I've got stupid. Try and just select them. I've got I took the control marker after all. Where is he? There's back there. That goes there.
All right, well, let's fight. We will break you before you can get across the building through the door, but we'll see. Okay. So,
that's it. Yep.
I think my guys in the church will put some fire on you. 1, 2, 3. 3 on an 8 is a -1. You got -1 for the woods. It's a net -2, so it's going to be a net 1. Why are there 2 fire markers on there? I don't think there should be. I don't think there should have been 2 zeros on you. I might have done that by my, because I shot you with a machine gun, right? I didn't shoot you with anything else. So, but then
right, the other guy recovered. Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy, so that was 1. That's a 0 from the machine gun, and a -1 from the guys in the church. So that should be correct on that. Okay. Anything else?
Not for me.
You got anything else? I think that's it, huh? So we'll do fire. I'll do the -1 and the assault hex. That's a 6. Is that going to hurt you? That is not going to hurt you. Okay.
Close though.
Yeah. Then in the woods, first the 0, then the -1. 0, -1. Ha, gosh. It's a good dash into the woods there. All right, so then we're on to the assault.
Okay, where's this table?
So you got 3 assault value, and I've got 2 assault value. And then I get 1 more because you're attacking me in a rural building, so it's going to be even again.
Mm-hmm.
So you make the roll with no modifier.
Okay, here we go. Even worse.
Well, same result, not quite worse. 2 to 5 is.
Oh, it's the same thing. All right, so
you'll retreat, and then you'll make your cohesion checks. And
okay, I'm going to retreat to the same spot. Cohesion check for the officer for Lang is good. The squad is good. Does the 1 mean anything?
no, not for the squad, but you do need to make your leader loss check. So
I need a loss check. 5.
could use the 1 for that.
So nothing ventured, nothing gained. No losses there.
Now they're not disrupted.
Oh.
So you put a regroup on both.
Regrouping, yes, that's right. General markers, regroup.
I think that's it. No mortar. So we go to time lapse, and time lapse is mine with initiative. That's 4. That's 3 minutes. So that we're at 29 minutes and 6 on the casualty. So that's going to be what, 34 for the score at the moment. So it's getting near the end, but there's still minutes to play. So
All right.
all right. Other than that, anyone get concealment? I don't think so. So ready for initiative? Yeah, it's going back to you.
All right.
So you can go ahead and do coordination if you like.
Coordination, yes. 1,
Not.
no. So I'm going to do. So if I successfully regroup, I'm going to do the second platoon. If I successfully regroup, then they can then act. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. So they are.
You're rolling against the best combat unit, so you're rolling against the 6 of the.
Right, and they're not under fire.
Lang can help them out. So if you want the -1, you can get a -1.
Yeah, why wouldn't he? I guess. So is Lang activated to give him the -1, or is
Yes,
it just?
he does.
Is it?
But if he regroups, then everybody rallies. So then it's okay. So
All right. So
I think that's right.
So we're saying Lang can contribute the -1 to the dice roll.
I believe that's correct.
Right.
If it's not, Jason will correct me.
Let's do that then. No. It's a 9.
Actually, now, so here's the thing. So everybody's regrouped, but
What, are they?
Heroic.
Are they regrouped?
They are. And
I
they
thought
are
I was.
heroic.
Oh, I thought I was trying to get lower than the. I thought it was a cohesion check.
It is, but you rolled a 10.
Okay, -1 because of Lang. Didn't Lang make it a 9?
But it doesn't matter. Unmodified 10 is a
Okay.
heroic.
All right.
So the squad becomes heroic, and he has to assault the nearest hex, which is going to be So he has to go into that hex as an assault.
Okay. What about the regrouping marker?
That comes off.
Okay. So the squad, is there a hero marker here? German, is there a hero? I thought I saw heroic somewhere. I don't see it though.
I think it's under German. It might be under general.
German, general. Huh, no, I didn't.
Maybe it's just
Counters. German.
Here you go.
Hero, very good, got it. Yeah,
I
all right.
don't think there's a counter for it. So he goes into the assault.
Well, what about Lang? Does he leave Lang behind?
Lang can go if he wants.
Sure.
The squad has to, but Lang can go if he wants.
Right. Well, Lang will go, and then let's try.
Now
and leave.
remember, the cohesion of the hero is an 8, so you're going to get a +2 cohesion bonus. Plus, I'm regrouping, which is a -1. So I just mentioned that because if you didn't want to take Lang and subject him to possible leader loss, because even if he wins, he could lose. You know. But if you want to add that extra firepower, you can pile it.
I'm going with Lang's going in. He's getting in with
no guts, no glory, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that wasn't bad. What else is
put
second?
an assault marker on there if you.
Oh, right. Yes. General markers. No German markers. All right. Carrying on with, this is second platoon, right? Second platoon. So we're going to try and do some rallying over there in F10.
Yeah, that guy, finally.
Okay, here's the rally roll. Wow, he made it. Look at that.
About time. He's been doing nothing.
Yes. Let's get rid of that that marker there. And flip. Okay, that's everybody in Second.
Okay, you did not have coordination, correct?
Correct.
I don't have. I do have to try to recover. Well, I have to do an action with or reaction with my my disrupted section, but he generally looks pretty safe, so I'm gonna keep him there and try to recover him. So he's a 6. Come on.
And that's because he was mandatory because he's in line of sight.
Oh, right, because he saw your activated platoon do something.
Right. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Was that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, I think that's my entire platoon. So it's platoon number 2 is a 3 is up. Yeah. 3. So Rolf will try and rally. Okay, here we go for Rolf. No, he doesn't make it.
He's your only broken guy or disrupted guy over there.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. So the what else do I have in here? Everybody. Okay. Do I want to? Well, we're going to move the people without Rolf into the platoon. We're going to move up into the woods. And then this guy over here down in C5. They're going to lay some fire into this guy in the building in the church. What's the church? Oh, the church is a stone building. Stone
building. That's -3.
-3. Brutal. So I would need a. So I'd be -2. Right.
Yes.
-2. So a 9 or a 10. Well, it's probably a better option than just running up there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Although, Especially that guy's there too. He hasn't even fired yet. All right, we'll just shoot two shots at the guy in the church then. They'll both be -3s then.
Okay.
Actually, we'll do one -3. One guy's going to shoot, and then the other guy. So that's -3, right? Isn't it? Or is it -2? Because okay, that's right. And then he's moved. He has the machine gun. Has Jackson done anything yet? F6.
That machine gun is waiting.
He has not done anything, and then that would be a crossfire example, right? If that was I was moving to D4. We should do it just for educational purposes. 1, 2, 3. The other guy's going to do it -2 as well. 2 -2s.
Okay.
All right. Boring, I know, but
that's okay. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna put we'll put fire on your machine gun that moved up. You're all set. Sorry, you're done.
Yes.
So we will do. Let's see. It's -1 for the woods. That's gonna be straight 0 because no range penalty at 3.
Okay.
I think that is it for that. Okay. So I'll take that off. I don't know. I'll roll for your guy here, the machine gun.
Okay.
0. Boom, nothing. Right.
All right.
Do your -2 there.
The two guys in the church? Yep. Roll number 1. Roll number 2.
All right. So 6
5.
is not going to hurt him.
Right. I needed a 10, didn't I? 10 -3 would be a 7.
Well, no, 9 would.
A 9 would have done it. Yeah. Okay. 1 in 5 shot.
All right. So now we got this assault where I'm going to get clobbered this time for sure.
About time.
So you got total assault value of 3. Then you get +2 because of the cohesion differential. Remember, the hero's an 8.
You're 6. Okay.
Then you're going to get another 1 because I'm regrouping. So I think that takes you all the way up to 6. And I get my 1 for being in a rural building, which makes me a 3. So it looks like you get a +3 on this one. Does that all look right?
So the cohesion differential is 2, right? 8
Yep.
against 6. Assaulting and regrouping forces +1, so that's 3. Defender and building hex takes down to 2 again. Yeah, just 2.
It should be +3. You should get a +3 on your roll.
Oh.
You got 3 total, +2 for cohesion, +1 because I'm regrouping.
Right.
And
I forgot about the assault.
Yeah.
The assault DRM is what I was missing. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Here's the roll.
That will be just enough to make it my turn to get out of there. All right. So, but of course, we're going to retreat to the church. We're going to the church, but I'm going to, well, yeah. So he's, there we go. And he has a 6. He's going to break though. Okay. So then so now you lose the heroic status. I lose my regrouping status. You lose your heroic, and then you still make a leader loss check for Lang. And
3.
Yeah, he's fine. And then the whole stack's regrouping still.
General markers regrouping. Yeah. You're not regrouping, even though I kicked you out of the church.
That's because I'm disrupted.
Oh, I see. Right.
That's worse. So okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. Now, all right. right, so that's assaults, no mortars. Time lapse, that's back to you since you got the initiative.
Okay. Ooh, a 9.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
So we're now at 34 minutes. Okay. And which makes the score 40 at the moment.
So the scenario ends when it reaches a sort of.
So if the final score at the end of the turn is 46, then the game would be over or greater.
Okay.
So, I mean, potentially you could inflict some casualties, which would pull the score back down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so, but the time's getting kind of long.
Right. Right.
So, all right, so that's clean up. Let's see, that squad behind the woods there, they would get a concealment marker, not the disrupted one, but the other one. Rolf's not concealed, but the other guy.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
and I think that's it. Otherwise, we're on to initiative. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
There's a 6. That's pretty middle of the road.
Oh,
That is
one.
going to hurt. That will let you unconceal this last guy I have over here.
Okay.
That's a recon event.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But we will. Gee, what do we want to do here? Well, we'll start with the squad in the church that is disrupted. See if we can recover them. They are recovered. Then the good squad will put some fire in the woods. It's going to be a -1, -2 because of range. So a net -2 becomes a net. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I mean net -1. And machine gun will put fire on. Let me see. You know what? Take that back. The section back in G3 will put fire in the building. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be a -1. Going to be a -3 total from this guy. And then I'm going to call for reaction. I'm not going to use the machine gun just yet. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. The section that's disrupted in the building is good, and he rallies. So you know what? He will add some fire to the buildings. That'll be a -2. So we'll clone that. All right. Sorry. That all makes sense?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Your reaction.
All right.
Yeah, should have fired at you with a machine gun anyway. You just suppress him and move up, but there you go. You're welcome.
-2, -3, -2. All right. Well, so the machine gun is going to shoot at Jackson.
Yeah.
And so that's a -2 for the building. So that's a -1. Right? The squad with them, that's also -1, right? So he'll still shoot as well.
Okay.
And then Rolf, he can do a mandatory action because he's a leader, can he? And try and recover.
Yeah, he can.
Okay, he'll try and recover. He does.
He can still do something since he's rallied, which means he could give an order to the guys with him. They could go move out if you wanted. So he rallies so he can still take an action, and that means he can command the guys with him to move because that's a limited reaction that the leader can take.
Okay. Can he move himself?
Yeah, he can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so we'll put Rolf's going to go there then, and this goes away, and he can order these guys to move 1, 2.
Yep.
That's it. Back to you.
Well, I guess the machine gun's going to shoot at Rolf's hex. So that's 3 on a 10 is no range penalty. So you can get -1 for the woods, -1 for suppression. So we'll put that's -2 with a 1 though, so that should be a -1. I think.
Correct. Yeah.
That's all I got. So anything else?
Nope.
All right.
So, wait a second. The guys, what are these guys doing with the minus up in the building there?
That's right. And your guys down in the woods too, they could react.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course, yeah. So we're gonna get rid of this regroup marker.
All right. Now remember, +1 on the roll since you're suppressed. So.
And it's the 6 I'm trying to.
Yeah.
2. So that's a 3. So he's good, right?
They can still react then if you want.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Action. So everybody's fired. So why didn't I try? And they're 2 away. So I'm gonna. It's a downside to doing a melee, and I'm gonna see if I need to get rid of my control marker. Where is it? Come on. There we go. So these guys, everybody on your side has actually done something now?
Yep.
The machine gun just fired, right? Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So we're going to go 1. And we're going to try and assault into the F5.
Okay.
So I don't know where the marker is. Oh, I find the marker, German markers, assault, and then, dang it, I think I made 2. And flip, and yeah, we know where that's going.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, fair enough. And then these guys down here, we're just going to go for it. 1, because we're running out of time. I need to take that church. 2. All right. I think that's it for me.
All right. So I'll roll for the guys that are assaulted. Well, I mean, we'll move them in there in a second. We know where they're going. I'll roll the -2 and then the -3.
Okay.
So -2, -3. So 6 or 6.
They survived.
Then your -1 over in the woods. That's a 5. It's not going to do anything. And the -1 creeping up on the church. Also nothing. So, all right. And then you get your fire on Jackson's guy.
It looks like I've got 2 -1s there. All right. So 1, an 8, and a 0.
All right. Well, that'll do for the machine gun. And then Jackson rolls, and he's okay. So that
Nice.
would be delete these markers.
Right.
Oops.
You need to charge it first. It hasn't been charged for ages. Plug in the battery charger. It's in the same basket. Technical support. All right. Sorry, where were we?
All right, so
All
he's
right,
using
the assault.
assault now.
Yes.
All right, so
Okay.
looks like you've got 3, and I've got 1 plus the building, so that'll be 2. So it looks like you're a net +1 on the assault roll. Wait, cohesion, no cohesion differential. So.
Oh, okay. So my assault DRM, my assault value is 3, right? And yours is 1. So that's a +2.
Well, but but I got the building, so.
+2, and then the building makes it +1. Right, so it's just +1?
3, 2, yeah, +1.
Okay. Here we go. 7.
That'll hurt.
Kicked you out.
All right, so.
Well, it just means you can stuff more people into the church. Maybe not a good idea.
I don't know if we want to do that. We'll go back to this other building here.
Ah.
And I'll make my roll. He's a 6, so he's okay.
Huh.
All right. However,
because if you'd gone into the church, would they have also had to roll for cohesion?
no, they don't. But just the guys that retreat have to roll.
Okay.
He's regrouping, though. You're also regrouping. And you have a leader check, I think, don't you?
There's a leader in there. Okay, leader check.
Yep.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, no. Another casualty. Oh, no. He goes, what happens? He goes
casualty, but he goes
time
to
track, right?
Goes to the 1.
Where do we physically put him?
Here, I can. We put him over on the. We actually put him on the casualty or on the combat or the game track.
Okay, 7 minutes down, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
And then the other guys, the squad's still regrouping. So.
Okay. Regroup, German general, regroup. There we go. Okay.
And I think nobody's got concealment or anything. So we're going to go to time lapse. That's my roll. A 6 is going to be 4 minutes. 4. So we are at 38 minutes, and 6 is 44 minutes. So I guess we got probably at least 1 turn left. So initiative.
So once it gets beyond 46, it's the game stops. There's no
right.
I can't pull it back by then, inflicting casualties.
Right.
Okay.
So
all right. Oh, that was your initiative roll?
Yeah.
Here we go. Am I still +2?
You were not, because I had it last turn.
Okay.
So, well, let's start with the machine gun making a recovery check here. He's good, but he can't do anything. So, and then both these squads in the church will put some pain on those guys. All right. And the guys in the back building there will regroup or recover, and yes, they will. Yeah, so which leaves them eligible to do something, which that something will be 1, 2, 3, put fire on your regrouping guys, I guess. So they're -2 for the building. I'm going to be -1 for range, so it's a net -3 twice.
Because there's 0 firepower, right?
Yeah, and clone that. I think we're all right. So that's all my guys. Reaction.
So technically, if you hadn't done anything there, what could I have? What would have my options have been if you hadn't fired?
Your options would be to withdraw or do something. You could move Rolf with his guys, or yeah, you can move Rolf with his guys.
Okay, so
Not
and then time would have passed, and then the game would have been right. Okay, all right. So that didn't happen. So I'm going to so everybody that's so these guys down in D4, they saw the church shooting at them, so they're going to move in there.
Yeah.
And they're going to if I could find it's an assault.
Yep.
It's covered up, I think. Yeah. Anyway, and these guys are going to do the same, and they're assaulting.
Now remember, the assault, a maximum of 4 steps can actually participate in the assault.
Oh, one,
So,
two.
and actually, they can't assault because they're regrouping.
Oh, okay. But right. Okay, they could regroup first and then assault.
Yeah, possibly. But again, you still have to. You could only pick 2 of the squads to fight.
Yeah, possibly the non-broken ones, though.
Well, you're going to carry those markers in with you either way. So
I know, but
it makes it worse.
let's see. Let's say -3. He's gonna be fine. But let's say I had 3 squads in there, and one of them got broken. Then I wouldn't use that one in the melee, right? So,
yep.
All right. But anyway, first of all, let's not get ahead of myself. Then, like I just did, let's try and see if I can regroup. So it's regroup -1 under fire.
+1 on the roll.
+1 on the roll. Yeah, is that what the -1 under fire means effectively?
Well, that means you can fire with a regrouped unit, but they're -1.
Oh, okay. Okay, so +1 on the roll. Roll is a 1.
A 2.
2. So he's good, right?
He's good, but he doesn't rally.
Doesn't rally.
If it was a 1, he would have rallied and been able to assault.
But he's not. So did he regroup?
He regroups.
He regroups, right? Okay.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. He does rally because it's regroup. I was thinking disrupted. My bad. So yeah, he can still do something.
Right, because he wasn't broken.
Correct.
So okay. So now he can assault.
Yep.
Because this is the last turn, effectively, right?
Yep.
So why not? And I'll take his markers with him. There we go. And then there's an let me see. Let's just do this right. German markers. Is it German markers? Right. It is assault, and then the arrow flip. There we go. I'm going to take the church. We're going to win this, and then there's not much.
Yeah.
What? What's that?
Taking the church will end the game, but it won't win the game.
It won't?
No.
Oh, right. It's just that was.
It will have been too costly.
Okay. All right.
I think some of the scenarios they may have sort of auto victory conditions like that, but generally the objectives will end the mission, but you still check the score.
Oh, okay. All right. So these guys, they saw. Well, they might as well shoot and see if we can get some casualties then, because everybody, Rolf and the other guy, they're all shooting at the machine gun that fired. So Rolf has got there's no range modifier, so it's just -1, and isn't it 3 -1s?
-2s with the
-2.
Yeah, so -1 with the
-1 overall. Yeah. Yeah, because there's
yeah, -2, so 1s, -1s. 3 -1s.
Yes, because this is the last turn. Yeah, I can't get there into melee, and
meleeing
seems fairly bloodless, not like Combat Commander.
I know, right? Yeah, it's it sometimes takes a couple of tries to. You really want to get that +3 or 4 if you can get it.
Yeah, but even when I won, it was not, or when I lost, actually, also it wasn't catastrophic. Like in
some other things to take in consideration: if they have to retreat, adjacent to enemy units, that's an additional check. That's like a disruption check. And then they take the cohesion check for retreating, so it's easier to make them take a casualty. So sometimes you try and set up, blocking retreat routes, or at least hindering them, so they have to.
Okay.
So there's nuances that kind of help out, but all right. So I think that's everything, isn't it? I think everybody did something.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you want to do the ones on machine gun there?
All right. So I got 3. Okay, 3 rolls. 1, 2, 9, and a 10.
Oh well, still. Well, that'll definitely break him. And then here's the check for Jackson. He's okay. And then over here, I've got 2 -1s and 2 -3. So we'll do the -1s and the -3s. And I'll go left to right. I'm gonna roll the 4 dice button. So that's an 8, a 4, a 7, and a whatever -1. So an 8 is your total. Oh no, those aren't. Sorry, back up. Those are +1s, aren't they? So that's a 10.
Yes.
6.
Yes.
All right. So that's going to be a casualty besides. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Delete. Undo that.
So because the assaulting -3 were in there, everybody has to endure his firepower also. Is that right?
Yeah.
Everybody. Okay.
So you're gonna that guy was not disrupted. The guy that's going to disrupt is the guy that takes the casualty is your 7 cohesion, because he's your best one.
Right.
So you'll lose him, and then pull a section out.
Do we do the roll thing again then?
And then you roll for the other guys, but maybe you want to replace him first and see what.
The section. Do I need to roll for 1 and 0?
Send the. Yeah, you should.
Okay. Even roll. It's a 0 salve section.
Right.
Even roll 0. It's odd, so it's 1 salve, and it's what platoon is this?
That is 3rd, isn't it? Yeah, those are 3rd.
3rd. 3rd platoon. There it is, I think. Why isn't he coming out? What do I do? There's nothing in there.
Are you?
Oh, 3rd platoon. Okay, sorry. There he is. So he's broken, right?
Yeah. And then, did you send the other guy to the graveyard?
No. It was the 7, this guy, right?
And then you'll make cohesion checks for the other 2.
Okay, so we've got this guy. So for the newly arrived, when you say the other 2, there's only 1 left. Oh, right. And this guy here.
So, so
this guy, these 2.
Yeah.
So they're both 6s. So third platoon guy then on the left.
Okay.
Is good. 2nd platoon is not so good.
So I guess we could sort of maybe back up. Before you move units into an assault hex, you always have the option of feinting. So did you know that? Are you familiar with that rule? Or you read?
Yep.
All right. So your assault there in the church, all or nothing. You still got 3.
And you have 5.
There's no cohesion differential. And I've got 1 for the urban or the rural building. So that makes me a 6. So I believe that puts you on -3 on the assault roll.
Yes. Okay. Hit the roll.
So,
there is a roll below 1. Defender 4.
So basically, every disrupted unit is an automatic casualty, and then you make a cohesion check for the good squad, which if he's okay, he only disrupts, and if he fails it, he automatically casualties.
Okay.
So just on the basis of that section and that squad taking 2 casualties, that's going to put you over your limit.
Right.
And then you'd adjust the casualties, and then they would retreat and make their checks.
Right. Okay.
But since technically I would make a time roll of an 8, so that'd be 4 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and technically Lang would come back. You put him with your platoon, but then when we get to the cleanup phase, you're going to be over your casualty limit. So,
that's when that kicks in.
yeah.
Right.
Okay. So, I mean, you can go through the casualties or whatever if you want, but I think that there's nothing that's going to happen that gets casualties back where it's not going to.
Right. For sure. Yeah.
And, if it was, even if you were at the casualty limit, that's a plus 12. So at 42, you're looking at a score of like 54. So now Lang would come back with anybody with second platoon. So probably, you put him with that squad that's good over in the woods or wherever that other guy retreated to.
Right.
So that would be your choice if it was a regular retreat. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks very much for the tutorial. It was.
You guys have questions about anything you saw there, or comments on the game, whatever? Our observers.
The only thing I have is there. I'm sorry to interrupt, Tom, but is there a level? I don't have my terrain chart, or is that like the church just one level, or one just?
The church is at level 1. I mean, it's level 0, I should say. It's a stone building. A stone building has a level 1 for as far as like blocking line of sight. So it blocks line of sight, but there's no hills in this. There's no hills or contours on this map, so it doesn't really affect anything else.
If there would be something similar to the level, could there be like a top level shooting over certain things, or is that not?
Yeah, sure. So let's say, for example, where this assault marker is, like if there was a hill, like let's say this was a hill right here, you could, depending on how high the hill is, you might be able to shoot over the church.
Okay.
And then depending on the height of the hill, you would check how many blind hexes it would produce behind it.
From the church, there is no height advantage?
No height advantage from the church.
Okay.
So it's considered level 1 as far as like for blocking purposes, but not for height purposes of the unit.
Okay.
Same for the woods and the forests. They're at level 0, but they add 1 or 2 levels of height as far as
I got you.
Okay. Any thoughts, Tom?
No, I'm really new to tactical games in particular, being a new war gamer in general. So I'm just trying to figure this out.
Sure.
Enjoyed the playthrough though. That was helpful. And I mean, I'm just trying to figure out if this game is really solo suitable, because don't have a whole lot of people to play with at the moment, and not just because of the COVID, but just in general.
Right.
Hard to find war game buddies to play with.
Well, if you ever want to have a go on Vassal, I'd be happy to, we could set up a time and do it.
Sure. It would be like a kind of a training mission for me. Maybe I can get the living rules from GMT site and
sure,
give them a look over, and I'll have to download Vassal on the computer. But absolutely. I mean, I do have a question of the tactical games that are out there. I'm like, Combat Commander ASL and this one. I'm assuming you played at least 2 of those, or have you played all of them?
I've dabbled at ASL a little bit, but I've never gone full in to learn the complete stuff. Combat Commander I've been playing since it came out in 2006, so I mean I'm familiar with ASL, but Combat Commander I know pretty much inside and out.
Okay, and how about what's the other one? Old School Tactical.
That one I have not played. The other one I tend to play a lot of is Lock and Load Tactical.
Oh yeah, I just bought the digital version on Steam.
Yeah, my wife and I we've been playing through the Red Star scenarios, which are great. That's the 1985, Germany, World War III. So that's been a lot of fun. That's a good system.
Yeah.
A lot of details, but it's generally pretty fast playing.
Okay.
Conflict of Heroes, if you're really stuck on, if you want to play solo, that has a solo system, an AI card-driven system, which is it works pretty well. There's a few it takes a while to come up to speed on what does this card really mean as you work through what the AI is trying to do, but then you get faster and faster pretty quick. Conflict.
Okay.
But also there's Combat Commander has got a great vassal ladder, so you'll get, if you're familiar with vassal, you can get one, and they're when I started out I didn't know vassal at all, and they were all everybody there has been very helpful and sort of guiding me through vassal, and so that's a great group of people, so there's lots of opportunities on vassal to play these types of games.
Okay.
One of the things, probably my favorite feature of Combat Commander is that you really never give up in a game, because there's always something you can do, and there's always something that could happen to change things. Last 100 Yards, I think, is similar in that, I mean, you usually have the ability, if you can keep it under the time. So, for example, if Mark could have put some casualties on me, that's like dialing the clock back as far as the final score. So that's a possibility. But in a lot of games, if you have to get so many victory hexes or so many units or whatever, I mean, there's some tactical games, even ASL, where it's mathematically impossible to fulfill the victory conditions if you don't have enough units or something like that. But in Combat Commander, you're always in the game right to the very end.
How solo friendly is that?
A lot of people play it solo and enjoy it, but it's card driven, so they kind of they'll draw the cards and then look at them when they need them or whatever.
I don't know how they do op fire solo, because part of the tension is, and part of the tricks is it's card management with a wargaming theme, right? So you might have you'd play a tactic where you'd play a move card but only move 1 or 2 units, because you're trying to draw your opponent to use his fire cards. So then you play your other move card, which you didn't know you had, and then run up there and then melee with them the next turn. So that's that kind of tension is very hard to do in Combat Commander.
In tactical games, and we saw a little bit of example of this, is how is Mark going to approach those assaults? So if he can pin one unit, he can prevent it from reinforcing a different assault, right? Like that unit that was up in H5 or whatever, so he couldn't reinforce the machine gun if he was going to assault the machine gun. So, this idea of when you move particular units into an assault, or when you lay down fire first. One of the things I like about Last 100 Yards is if you have to decide whether you want to use your units, and if you save them for reaction, then you might get shot first, which means you're suppressed, which makes your return fire more ineffective. So it's always sort of a matter of timing in tactical games. Like, all right, when do I want to fire? When do I want to move? And then how can I pin one guy? Or I do something else. So that's why I kind of want to enjoy these games. It's a little bit chess-like in that sense. You just get you positioning, and then trying to make your plan come out. So.
Plus, he's got tanks, and Combat Commander doesn't have tanks. So.
Also true.
Yeah, I love tanks.
And I like the armor system in this game, because it's pretty simple and there's not a lot to keep track of. Like even in Lock and Load, you may put turrets out and you're trying to keep track of which way the turret's going, and then there's various, there's different kinds of armor and stuff. Here you just worry about is an enfilade shot or not, and the modifiers that you might get. But so I mean, I think it's handled pretty well in this game. I like it. It keeps it moving quick. So
okay. I'm not sure if my video's coming through, but
yeah, it is.
Yeah, we see you.
Okay. All right. Well, that's really all I had. I'll have to get those rules, like I said, and kind of read over the rules and, maybe.
If anybody wants to give me another crack at this game on Vassal, I'd be up for another game.
Sweet.
So we'd stumble through it. It was fun.
Okay.
I'm assuming we'll see you guys on the message boards, and so thanks for tuning in. Thanks for playing, Mark. Good game.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for teaching.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, guys.